Okay, we're going to take a look at all of our scenarios and just see how everything's looking and holding up here. So we'll start on a higher time frame. So we have our wedge that we can see we're coming up on what would then be our third tap of the wedge, right? So we have 1, 2, and we're looking for a third, and typically the third does hold up. So you know, it's to be seen if we get something like this where it comes up a little bit higher and then we digress, or if we, you know, come down and do something like this and it ends up being a touch lower like that, right? Either scenario is totally possible. So we have this, and it does look like, you know, and this one was our, let's see here, our Elliott wave impulse down. So we can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 looks nearly played out. I would have preferred a little bit higher, but you know, this is not looking good for the bulls. So we have to take it as price action gives it to us. I would still like to see that tap, but it's to be seen if it's going to be a little bit higher or if it's going to be more to the side. So we'll have to just be patient and see how that plays out. So that's one thing we can look at. We have our channel, our macro channel that we've been watching for quite some time, which is here. And we can see with even this one, we have yet to hit the top of the range. And typically when this was the only scenario that we did not blast through this channel here. See, we can see here we played it really nicely. We can see here we played it really nicely. In this case, we hit the mid range, and it's possible again we just get, you know, the mid range is where we end this here. I'm still hesitant to call it just yet. But again, this is scenario 2, right? We're still looking for just a little bit higher, or maybe we go sideways for a time and hit it a little bit lower. So same as the wedge, very similar, something else to keep an eye on. And then if we zoom in a little bit here, we have a wedge that we can see playing out here, which this would be a rising wedge, meaning we, you know, would look for something, you know, along these lines here to get a move down, probably to this daily point of control area or the monthly down here. 2 key levels that I have been saying that I would long or look to open along, given a long setup down here for quite some time. I think this untapped daily and this monthly open would be very, very key if we want bullish continuation. However, I wouldn't hold my breath to be opening longs here. If I see the setup, I'll take it, but I'm not going to, you know, get overly bullish and assume that we would see some kind of a push there. So we do have this scenario here. You know, maybe we do get one more push up to the top, which would also give us our, you know, the top of our channel. See? Nicely there, right on the 19th of August, which was one of my dates that I've been watching. I have been preaching August 20th for a very, very long time. Around August 20th, very, very key time. So this would work out really nicely there. And also, I believe, with our trend line, look at that, all intersecting on what day? August 19th, right around August 20th, that date there, very, very key, right? So this would be a really nice move if we were to see us get up here just like this, and then to, you know, then get our move down that we've been calling for, our wave 5, where we swing failure this low here. Okay, let's take a look at our last scenario that we were keeping an eye on here. That was the ascending triangle. And back when we were looking at this, we were looking at a bounce here around this 618, which we did get, and then a claim of this for then some continuation. And this is the deviation from this drawing here is where I get concerned. So what's happening here, right? We're getting this bullish market structure that we had called for, right? Nice, nice, perfect, perfect. We can, if I even just scoot this down, you can see it. It's just like this, right? Look at that. Bounce, bounce, just like that. Now, where's the problem arise? The fact that we're not continuing upwards. We're starting to do a little sideways, showing some weakness, right? Which is what you do not want to see in a breakout scenario. A breakout scenario would be you come up here with massive volume, low volume retest with then a push up, right? Instead, we see an increase of supply here, where then we get this massive reversal, right? This very big single 4-hour candle to reverse down, right? So you know, obviously, like I said, not what you want to see in the case of a breakout. This is an ascending triangle pattern. So typically what you would look for is a breakout and then continuation. And it targets about this, you know, this 27.3K area that we do like. However, like I said, this is slowly starting to run its course, and seeing these attempts at breakouts but not actually getting the follow through is discouraging to this pattern, right? It's not something that you want to see. So ultimately, I had said this on Friday, and I will say it again. It's slowly starting to look like the people who are buying here are now unloading their coins here, right? They're using the exit liquidity of breakout traders. People who are trying to trade this breakout here are getting dumped on by the people who are buying here. They're using them as exit liquidity, okay? Because there are a lot of people buying up here attempting to trade the breakout. People who want to sell have the liquidity up here, right? So it's just something to be aware of, okay? That we could be coming to a close on our wave 4 attempt. This date has been very key, and I've had it marked on my charts for a very long time, and we can see we're starting to get to that point, which is when I had said I want to see the end of wave 4. So at the start of this, I was calling for higher. I would have loved to have seen us get that move up to this area, especially given that there's not a lot of resistance here. But like I said, it seems like we're seeing people who bought here, they're starting to unload their coins here. So be cautious in the week ahead. If we do get some degree of a breakout or some further move up, be very wary of the fact that we do have that channel, the wedge, the smaller wedge here, and the failing ascending triangle. Be very cautious as price does get to, you know, look for some degree of a move up here, okay?